Long ago, before civilization reached many parts of Africa, there was a kingdom where women were not valued. From the day a girl was born, many saw her as a burden. Men controlled everything. They made the decisions. They owned the land. They held positions of authority. And they believed a woman's purpose was only to marry, bear children, and serve her husband. Many fathers married off their daughters as soon as they reached puberty. Some did it for money. Some did it for influence. Others simply followed tradition. No one questioned it. Women worked from sunrise to sunset. They cared for children. They cooked. They fetched water. They farmed. Yet their efforts were rarely acknowledged. While many women struggled to feed their families, the men spent their days drinking, gambling, and celebrating. And whenever a woman tried to rise above her circumstances, she was quickly silenced. For generations, this was the way things had always been. Until one young woman decided enough was enough. Her name was Efun. Efun was poor. She owned almost nothing. But she possessed something far more powerful than wealth. She had courage. Unlike many young women her age, Efun refused to marry. She had watched too many girls lose their dreams. She had seen too many mothers suffer in silence. And she made a promise to herself. She would fight for the women of her kingdom, no matter the cost. Many people laughed at her. Some called her foolish. Others warned her to stop before she got herself into trouble. But Efun refused to back down. Determined to bring change, she traveled to meet the governor who oversaw her village and many others. When she finally stood before him, she pleaded her case. She spoke of child marriage. She spoke of injustice. She spoke of women whose sacrifices went unnoticed. The governor listened carefully. When she finished, he sighed deeply. He admitted that she was right. But he also confessed that his hands were tied. The belief that women were inferior had spread throughout the kingdom. Even the governor feared challenging it. Powerful men sat on a board that could remove him from office if he acted against their wishes. Still, he wanted to help. After thinking for a moment, he told Efun about a great festival that would take place in 7 days. The entire kingdom would gather there. The governor made her an offer. If you can convince the board before the festival, I will approve your request. Efun thanked him. Then she made a promise. If I fail, I will prepare a meal for the entire kingdom as an apology for disturbing their peace. The governor stared at her in disbelief. She was one of the poorest women in the kingdom, yet she was willing to risk everything. For the next 7 days, Efun fought with all her strength. She organized meetings. She spoke to elders. She spoke to mothers. She spoke to anyone willing to listen. But nobody agreed with her. She visited members of the board one after another. Each time they asked the same question. What value do women bring to society? Efun answered as best she could, but the board rejected every answer. She tried public interviews. She shared stories. She presented examples. Yet every attempt failed. The beliefs were too deeply rooted. The people saw their traditions as absolute truth. One by one, every door closed before her. By the 7th day, Efun had lost. The board remained unconvinced. The kingdom remained unchanged. And now she had to keep her promise. The day of the festival arrived. People traveled from every corner of the kingdom. The atmosphere was filled with excitement. But many came for a different reason. They wanted to watch Efun fail. The mockery began before she even started cooking. People laughed at her. Some pointed fingers. Others whispered insults. Efun stood quietly before a small cooking pot. She had no wealth, no livestock, no expensive ingredients. All she could afford was rice and oil.